So from my previous Zani guide video, I only had the chance to break down a Zani Pheobe hypercarry rotation with Shorekeeper and Zani Rover Quickswap rotation with Shorekeeper as well. But with the Rover Quickswap team composition, I might have painted the picture that Zani's free-to-play team requires a sweaty playstyle, which is actually not the case. From my understanding, most of you guys are on mobile, so quickswapping is not a playstyle that you might be comfortable with, which is why I made this specific video to help anyone who do not have Pheobe to have an easier time to play Zani with Spectral Rover without any need for quickswapping, and the damage loss from the quickswapping alternative team composition is minimal, which will be proven by my best clear times. And then there's this misconception that Pheobe by herself is the ultimate sub DPS buffer for Zani, which is only true to some extent. The truth of the matter regarding Zani's best team is that if you want to bring out Zani's true damage potential, you actually need Spectral Rover as well, with a little bit of animation cancelling to do 3 Nightfall attacks in one rotation, which is possible due to Zani's incredibly long liberation state duration of 20 seconds, so you can still convert Spectral Frazzle into Heliacal Amber while she's in the liberation state. So by the end of this video, I will not only show you how to play Zani's easily accessible team without any sweaty experience, but I'll also show you guys that the Zani, Pheobe and Shorekeeper team, which is mostly perceived to be the best team composition, actually puts limitations on what Zani is truly capable of. If you're new here on the channel, the name is Senpai and I make videos that helps you improve in every aspect of Whirlwind Waves, so be sure to leave a like and subscribe to help support the channel if you find this video valuable in any way. Let's begin with the easy or casual friendly rotation analysis for Zani and Spectral Rover. Without quickswapping, it's difficult for Zani to gain the maximum blaze that you can use to perform 2 full combos by spamming your basic attacks involving 2 Daybreak attacks, 2 Dawning attacks or Light Smash, and 2 Nightfall attacks, where the 2 Nightfall can consume the 40 blaze stacks that we need to do the most damage. So the more casual alternative playstyle is to figure out how much blaze we can recover to skip a few attacks from Zani's combos, since all of them consume blaze when Zani is in her inferno state, but will still manage to use 2 Nightfall attacks that will each consume the 40 blaze stacks that is required to do the most damage. To do that, we need to understand a few things. Spectral Rover can apply 10 Spectral Frazzle stacks per rotation to fully gain her outro skill, which involves 2 Forte skill cast, but per my testing, this will not be enough for 2 Nightfall attacks that will consume 40 blaze stacks. So we need to make a slight modification by using 3 Forte skills per rotation without taking a lot of field time, and we can do that by using the first Forte skill before we begin building Concerto energy on Shorekeeper, so that by the time we intro to Rover from Shorekeeper, Rover's Forte skill will be off cooldown, which will make it easier to use an additional 2 Forte stacks. It's also worth mentioning that using 3 Forte skill cast also makes sure that Zani will never run into resonance energy issues, so that we can consistently use her liberation every rotation, because Rover's Forte skill cast has a decent resonance energy regeneration for the entire team. Do keep in mind that the 3 Forte skill cast plus Rover's liberation and the 10 blaze that we get from Zani when she uses this particular special skill translates to a total of 120 blaze out of the total 150 blaze stacks that Zani can hold. Now our main goal is to manage this 120 blaze stacks such that we can get the 2 Nightfall ground slam to consume 80 blaze stacks in total, and we can do that by skipping some of her combos, since Daybreak, Dawning or Light Smash and the 3-hit combo before the Nightfall ground slam consumes blaze stacks as well, but not as much as the Nightfall ground slam itself. From Zani's kit design, there are 2 ways to skip some attacks from her combos. The first one is Light Smash, which helps you skip Daybreak after a counter attack and go straight into Nightfall, but we cannot rely on this because it requires enemies to attack you, so it's not very practical. The second one is the most recommended. When you hold Zani's skill in her liberation state, it starts this charging animation. After the first pulse, if you let go of the skill button, Zani will go straight into Nightfall, which will be very beneficial beneficial for us to skip Daybreak, Dawning, or Light Smash so that they don't consume more than necessary blaze stacks. After that, we can spam our basic attacks to finish a full combo string. The best part is that Rover's outro that slows down enemies makes it easy to safely charge your skill into Nightfall without getting interrupted. Now, let me show you how to play this team composition. Here are my builds that I was using just in case. For Rover, Moonlit is better overall if Zani is using her signature weapon or the Tragic Comedy, but if she's using any other weapon, Celestial Light or Eternal Radiance can be good to compensate for Zani's damage loss, but do keep in mind that after extensive testing, this only applies in Quickswap teams, so if you're not playing Quickswap, Moonlit is better for your overall needs. We first start with Shorekeeper's skill and do basic attacks until Inferno Rider comes down from there. Now swap to Rover and use a heavy attack and cast her Liberation. Use her Forte skill and swap to Shorekeeper to do basic attacks to get full Forte stacks. Now do a heavy attack to consume the stacks. With her Concerto energy filled up to about 75%, use her Liberation and Echo skill. Now intro to Rover, use her Forte skill, and wait to use another Forte skill due to the skill cooldown. Now use her Echo skill and intro to Zani. Use her skill and basic attack to get the special skill and use it to recover Blaze and get the Spectrofrazzle amplification as well. Here, make sure that the second hit comes out because it's the second hit animation that recovers the 10 Blaze stacks that we need. Use her Liberation and Echo skill. Hold her skill to charge, and after the first pulse, let go to cast Nightfall. Now spam basic attacks to complete the second combo string. After the last combo string, you can see that we have some Blaze left on her Blaze Forte bar. This proves that we were able to recover enough Blaze stacks that'll ensure that the two Nightfall attacks will be able to consume the necessary Blaze stacks that'll allow Zani to do the maximum damage with this rotation. Use Zani's Liberation again, skill, and swap to Shorekeeper to finish the rotation. Here are the clear times for this particular rotation compared to the Zani, Pheobe, and Shorekeeper team, and the clear time difference is about 20 seconds. The difference in clear times for the Quickswap alternative of this team and the Zani, Pheobe, and Shorekeeper team was 10 seconds as well. So the Zani Rover Quickswap team is not that far behind the premium team composition, but the casual and easily accessible team that we just covered will certainly help you clear all types of endgame modes because the buffs on this floor are absolutely terrible, so Zani did pretty well overall. Now let's cover the most broken team, which is Zani, Pheobe, and Rover. As I mentioned earlier, Zani's long Liberation uptime makes it possible to use 3 Nightfall attacks per rotation, and her ability to regenerate Blaze while she's in her Liberation state makes it even better. Zani's outro skill also buffs the entire team, which can be really good on Rover, who was popping 50k Liberation damage on trash Rejuvenating Glow echoes that I threw on her in a rush. The best part is that we don't lose Phoebe's outro buff and Zani's 20% Frazzle amplification even if we switch out to another character, which is what makes this team very powerful by using animation cancelling to draw out their full potential. Here are my builds that I'll be using for this team composition. We first start by entering confession state with Pheobe and use our Liberation. Now focus on using 2 heavy attack Star Flash by doing a heavy attack after basic attack stage 3 or after a dodge counter. When her concerto is full, use your Echo skill and intro with Zani. Use her skill, basic attack and cast her skill again. Here I skipped the second hit, which regenerates 10 blaze stacks, but is not an issue since this team provides a decent supply of Spectrofrazzle stacks. Use Zani's Liberation and Echo skill. Now hold Zani's skill to charge and activate the first Nightfall, but when the first 3-hit combo begins, swap to Rover and use a heavy attack, Liberation and Forte skill. Now you have 20% Spectral Resistance Shred. Swap back to Zani and simply spam basic attacks from here. I could have quick swapped to Phoebe for another Confession activation here in this part of the rotation to speed up the clear times, but I want to make this run as easy as possible while proving at the same time that this is Zani's best team composition. Now after the third Nightfall, use Zani's Liberation again, skill, and intro with Rover. Use her Forte skill, swap to Phoebe to use Confession, heavy attack style flash, cast her Liberation, and then perform another heavy attack style flash to fully fill her concerto energy. Use her Echo skill and intro with Zani. Now you should instantly get her special skill because of the skill we used at the end of the first rotation. From here is basically the same as the first rotation. Charge her skill and activate Nightfall, but swap out to use Rover's heavy attack, Liberation, and Forte skill to refresh Rejuvenating Glow and Spectral Resistance Shred application. After that, swap back to Zani and go full Unga Bunga on the enemy. The difference in clear times for this team and the Zani, Pheobe, and Shorekeeper team was 8 seconds, which could have been even shorter if I abused more animation cancelling, but I don't want my runs to look like speed runs so that it'll be easy to break it down and show you guys how to implement it. That'll be all for my in-depth Zani team rotations breakdown from an easily accessible and casual perspective, as well as peak performance from a meta perspective. Hope this video provided value to you, and if it did, leave a like and subscribe to help support the channel because it's free and you can always change your mind. Be sure to also join our community Discord if you're having any issues with the game or you just want a place to chill or hang out. Link will be in the channel description. Catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.